You're watching Louisiana First News this morning.
Welcome back. She's a triple threat at home and in her career. Hear from a former Lady Tiger on her transition from sports to entrepreneurship. And joining me now is Courtney Green. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining me.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
So first off, tell me what it's like juggling being a mom, being a wife, working, being an entrepreneur, and now having your own book. Talk about that. How do you balance it all?
Prayer. It's definitely been challenging, but I stay grounded in prayer. I prioritize my time, whether it's allowing myself to be expressive in my daily routine or just trying to transform. I definitely am strategic with a lot of things in my life.
Now, how was that transition going from playing college basketball to deciding, okay, am I going to go pro? Am I going to do my own thing? What was that like? And, how did it impact your mental health? Because I know that can be a lot of pressure for a lot of athletes.
Well, I think I had to be honest with myself and where did I see myself being long term. I definitely thought about it. I did play professionally overseas for a year until I was just mentally burned out. And that's when I kind of decided to dive into mental health and, just kind of figure out what I wanted to do with my life. It was a challenge. I definitely, I would say, struggled in the beginning with trying to figure out, okay, I was the superstar and I just had to feel like I had to be top priority in my community. So I just kind of took my time there and kind of figured out what I wanted to do.
Now, you do a lot of your work focuses on teens and mental health. Talk about faith, resiliency, and how that all comes together to help you, propel into your career and to be the best that you can be in every aspect of your life.
I think I can relate to this younger generation. They're not too much different than, I was growing up. I am prioritizing helping them find solutions for their lives. They're pressured with so much social media, their peers. So I just want to help them kind of transform into something that they see for themselves and allow them to know that, they have purpose and they have a priority on this earth while they're here.
Now talk about your experience at LSU. We know the team has had so much success over the year. The program has always been great. But talk about your experience now and what it feels like just seeing the program continuing to excel.
Oh my goodness. I tell everybody I'm from Louisiana. I am not from Alabama, okay? I love everything about that state and that university. It has shaped so much of who I am as a woman today, especially my previous coaches, Pokey, Nikki, Van Chancellor, even Bob Starkey. I still look up to him in a lot of ways. So I am so excited to see what they're doing. They're continuing the tradition of what they've already been for so many years. So I'm excited to see what they do next year and so happy that they won a championship.
I know, that's so exciting. So happy to see this success. Now, to you, what does winning look like? How do you define success?
It's not always about trophies and championships and accolades. It's about what are you doing for the people after you and before you. So winning to me looks like purpose. It looks like being driven. It looks like community service, giving back. Me and my husband are very much big advocates for our community. And we notice what women and children and young teens are going through, the struggles and emotions that they have. So at that point, we just look towards becoming better for the younger generation.
I love it. And before we wrap up, I know you were recently featured in Resilient magazine. Talk about that and how that ties into you being an author before we go.
Oh, that magazine it was truly an honor. They embody everything that I see for myself: strength, courage, transformation. Being featured is just icing on the cake for them recognizing what I do as far as mental health and youth advocacy. I'm so excited to see what they do next and just looking forward to being on the team.
Courtney, thank you so much for joining me. If you want to continue to follow Courtney's journey and her mental health advocacy work, you can visit her Instagram page at I am Courtney Green. Thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Thank you. You guys have a great day.
You too.